What's up guys, my name is Ace, and welcome back to another gun guide. This is the series where I go into great detail with all of the stats of the weapons in Call of Duty Vanguard. And in today's episode, we're going to be covering the brand new assault rifle that just launched with Season 3, and this is the Nikita AVT. And starting it off, as always, let's have a look at our damage profile, which, as we can see here, this gun is a 4 to 5 shot kill, assuming you're able to hit torso shots. However, up close, it's actually not very forgiving in this area. You have to hit every shot to the torso if you want to get a 4-shot kill. Just one single limb shot mixed in will cause that to be a 5-shot kill, and as a result, this is one of the rare instances where I would highly recommend using the hollow point attachment. As for headshots, they're not all that useful with this gun. You have to hit 3 headshots mixed in with torso shots in order to get a 4-shot kill, which is not particularly practical, and therefore, at least with the base damage profile, don't even worry about headshots at all. As for our rate of fire, this is the fastest in the assault rifle category at just over 952 rounds per minute, and that means we also get a very fast time to kill potential at 189 milliseconds in our 4-shot kill range, and then that drops off to 252 milliseconds in the 5-shot kill range. This is an incredible base time to kill for a gun. In fact, it's the best in the assault rifle category. I guess I should also point out, if you do manage to land all those headshots, which like I said, it's not all that practical, but if you do land 3 headshots plus a body shot, our time to kill potential then is 126 milliseconds, which is ridiculously fast, just not all that common. As for our bullet velocity, this is standard for assault rifles at 885 meters per second, and now let's get into our ranges, which, as you can see there, our 4-shot kill range is great. It's just over 50 meters, which is a very solid range profile. This will cover the vast majority of normal lines of sight in the multiplayer maps. As for hardcore game modes, unfortunately, this gun just doesn't really excel. It's going to be a 2-shot kill to the body at any range, and a 1-shot kill to the head or neck at any range. Then when it comes to hipfire, we've got pretty solid hipfire on this. It's not the best in the assault rifle category, but it is right up there with the NZ41. And now let's have a look at our idle sway, and it turns out there's very little idle sway with this gun. It's very solid when aiming down sights. As for recoil, there's not a whole lot of recoil. There's a little bit of side-to-side bounce, but it generally kicks pretty much straight upwards. And while this isn't the most accurate gun out there, it is quite easy to control and predict in the vast majority of ranges that you'll find yourself in. Next up, let's get into our handling stats, and our aim down sight time is right around average for an assault rifle at 260 milliseconds, whereas our sprint to fire time is a bit on the slow side for assault rifles at 275 milliseconds, and this is definitely an area where we have to pay attention to that while building our class setups. Then let's have a look at our reload add time, which is 1.7 seconds, and that's basically bang on average for an assault rifle. And finally, for the base stats of this gun, let's have a look at our mobility stats, and it turns out this one's just a little bit slow across the board, especially our aim walking movement speed. This is quite slow, so you're not going to be strafing back and forth very fast, and that is one of the inherent downsides of this gun. So there we have it. Those are the basic stats of this gun. However, we've got a lot of very interesting attachments to use here, so let's dive into it and start it off with the barrel attachments and their recoil. Now with this, the rapid barrel does noticeably increase our recoil, since we also massively increase our fire rate. The most accurate barrel we can get is the Empress 613mm barrel, but that is closely followed by the sniper barrel, although the sniper barrel definitely has more noticeable horizontal recoil. Then when we look at the short barrel, this one has worse recoil than the base recoil pattern. And then finally, the precision barrel is quite accurate. This one kicks basically straight upward. There's very little horizontal bounce at all with that. So I definitely consider that one to be very accurate as well. As for ranges, you can see there that the rapid barrel increases our range a bit. The sniper barrel massively increases our range. Our 4-shot kill range is now 76.2 meters, which is amazing. And for all of the other barrels, they don't directly impact the range drop-off point. And with that, let's dive a little bit deeper into the barrels that directly impact our time to kill potential. And the first one that does this is the rapid barrel. This one increases our rate of fire all the way up to 1,200 rounds per minute, which is absolutely insane. And while this does come at the cost of our 4-shot kill potential, it's now going to be a 5-shot kill at any range anywhere in the body, we still get a very solid time to kill potential at 200 milliseconds, just because our rate of fire is so ridiculously fast. Now, obviously, this does harm our recoil quite a bit, and therefore it will significantly limit it at longer ranges. But I would say for a close range setup, if you really want that bullet hose that just has a crazy rate of fire, this is a solid choice. As for the next barrel that directly impacts our time to kill, this is the third one, which is the sniper barrel. And with this, we now have a 4-shot kill potential at any range. Although at the really long ranges, you have to hit every shot to the torso to maintain a 4-shot kill. But like we saw earlier, that's like a 76-meter drop-off, so that's not something we generally have to worry about. So it's a pretty consistent 4-shot kill. Our rate of fire is dropped down to 833.3 rounds per minute, which is very interesting because that's identical to the base version of the automaton, but the base automaton kills in 5 shots rather than 4, so this is just a straight up better version than the automaton power-wise. And this gives us a time to kill potential of 216 milliseconds. Also, if we manage to land 2 headshots mixed in with a body shot, we can get a 3-shot kill for a time to kill of 144 milliseconds. Overall, when you also look at the accuracy improvements that come with this barrel is awesome for longer ranges and some slower playstyles. One of the problems with this is it does hurt our sprint out time, and that's something that this gun already struggles with. Now finally, for barrels that directly impact our time to kill, we have the precision barrel, and this is the one that reduces our body shot potential, so it's now a 5 to 6 shot kill to the body. However, we get a pretty big increase to our headshot damage, and we can actually deal 50 damage up close. And what this means is even though our body shot time to kill potential is now 252 milliseconds at its best, which is not that great by any means, if we manage to land 2 shots to the head in the maximum damage range, our time to kill is literally 63 milliseconds, which is absolutely ridiculous. However, even if we just land 1 headshot mixed in with some body shots, we can get a time to kill potential of 189 milliseconds, which is actually the same as the base version of this gun, just shooting the body. As a result, I would say, of course, if you're going for those headshot camo challenges or something, this is an excellent way to go. You're going to get a lot of extra headshot kills with this. However, outside of that, if you don't manage to land any headshots, you've got a subpar weapon on your hands. And with that, that wraps it up for the barrel attachments, but now let's move on to magazines. And once again, we'll start this off with recoil. And first up, we have the 30-06 ammo type. And this one doesn't have a super high vertical magnitude of recoil, but it does bounce around side to side quite a bit. And also you notice after the first 2 to 3 shots, there's a bit of a gap there, a bit of a jump, and that can often throw you off target as well. So this is actually a very noticeable increase to your recoil, even though it might not look that bad. And then with these 6.5 Sakura rounds, these ones will absolutely reduce your recoil. There's still some side to side bounce there, but it is quite accurate with this ammo. Then let's have a quick look at our ranges. The 30-06 ammo type will increase our range drop-off to just over 60 meters, whereas 6.5 Sakura will reduce this down to just over 40 meters. And let's dive a little bit deeper into these since both of these ammo types affect our time to kill. With the first one, 30-06, this now makes the gun a 3 to 4 shot kill. Now in doing so, we also have a rate of fire reduction down to 750 rounds per minute, which is identical to the Volkssturmgewehr. And this gives us an amazing time to kill potential in our 3-shot kill range at 160 milliseconds. There are not too many guns in the game that can reliably compete with this, especially with how accurate you can potentially make this. And as a result, I sort of see the Nikita with 30-06 taking over the public match meta for Season 3. Now, it is worth noting that in order to get that 3-shot kill range, you have to hit at least 2 of your shots to the torso. The third one can hit anywhere else in the body. And therefore, you may also want to use hollow point with this just to ensure a guaranteed 3-shot kill. But overall, this is an incredible attachment to be using. I highly recommend giving it a shot. Just keep in mind your magazine capacity is limited at 25 rounds. And also, you'll almost definitely want to put some attachments on there to significantly help with your recoil control. Now finally, let's have a look at these 6.5 Sakura rounds, and with this, it unfortunately turns the gun into a 5 to 6 shot kill, so it's going to take you 1 extra shot to kill, but we do get a slight boost to our rate of fire up to just over 1,000 rounds per minute. And what this means is our 5-shot time to kill potential is 232 milliseconds, which isn't a terrible time to kill, but it also doesn't really stand out in any way. As a result, even though this helps with your recoil control and you get a nice 60-round magazine, I just generally feel like this attachment isn't worth it, and I'd rather use the base gun with no attachments compared to using 6.5 Sakura on this. And with that, we finally have all the important attachments covered. Now let's dive into some amazing attachment combinations, and the first one I'm going to share with you guys, this one's going to be taking over a little bit for Season 3. This is my Dominator class, and with this, the big key is using the 30-06 magazine. Now this is going to give us that 3 to 4 shot kill with a 160 millisecond time to kill potential. You'll also notice I'm running hollow point, so it's a guaranteed 3-shot kill within 50 meters with this particular setup. I also managed to get this in quite an accurate state. You can use this at very long ranges just fine and still be quite accurate. And the only real downsides here are the 25-round magazine that could limit us in some situations for multi-kills. And then also our sprint out time, I wasn't able to keep that below 300 milliseconds, so this isn't a run and gun sort of a setup. This is the type of setup where you have to be a little bit more careful as you navigate the map. But if you manage to do that and you handle this gun right, there isn't much in the game that's going to be able to compete with you. So that one is my preferred setup for the Nikita AVT. However, there's a lot of other great ways you can run this, and I just wanted to share one other example that I consider to be a bit more versatile. You can be slightly more aggressive with this. And with this, we've got the base gun, essentially. I don't have anything that modifies my damage or rate of fire or anything like that because our base time to kill is solid at 189 milliseconds. So I'm not even running a barrel at all here. I don't want any of the barrel downsides. And with this, we are running the standard 45 round mags, so we do have a bit of a better magazine capacity, which is great due to the high fire rate, so we burn through mags very quickly. We are using hollow point once again, just so we get that guaranteed 4-shot kill in the maximum damage range. With this setup, I'd also say that it's decently accurate. You can challenge people at fairly long ranges just fine. It's not the most accurate gun out there though, but I'm quite comfortable using this in a wide variety of ranges. And the best part about this is we have very solid and balanced handling stats. Our aim down sight time is just over 250 milliseconds, and our sprint out time's not far behind that. So I do feel perfectly comfortable rushing around with this setup. I also feel quite comfortable picking people off at a bit of a range. My time to kill potential is solid, and this is just a great alternative to the first build that I shared with you guys. And with that, that's going to wrap it up for today's gun guide on the brand new Nikita AVT. As for my thoughts on this gun, I think it's pretty incredible. Even right out of the box with no attachments on it, this gun is great. I really enjoy using it. I'm a little concerned about its potential power with 30-06. I guess we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. But like I said, I do feel like it may take over the public match meta for core game modes. Now, of course, that is just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think of this gun in the comment section down below. And also, if you guys have missed any of the previous episodes, I will, of course, leave a link to the playlist in the description down below, as well as if you guys are waiting for the M1916 gun guide, that should be out by this weekend. So if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet, that would be a great idea. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll talk to you guys next time.